this past summer may be the last summer that we decide that we're going to harvest hay. And there's several factors that have gone into this decision. The first thing is that building in this county that we live in has skyrocketed. People are building new houses, and land has been hard to come by. Our hay fields have also been compromised. So Richard and I got together and had some discussion and weighed out options. You know, what should we do? Do we try to go around finding another hay field in the area? We hadn't done that for a long time because what we had been harvesting was sustaining us. If you recall an earlier video, we only ended up having to buy 2 round bales to make up for last winter's feed out. And right now we're sitting on a barn full of round bales, and we have a barn quarter of the way full with square bales. And the idea was that we were going to turn round bales into squares, stuff our barn. But then we decided we were going to make a major leap, and we have put our hay equipment into a farm equipment auction. Now Now here in Blount County, it is, there's a large auction event that happens, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a year, where people can put in their used equipment and hope for the best on selling it, and people come in from many places in the region to come purchase out of these auctions. The auction is really popular, and we hope that we will get a good price out of our hay equipment. Now, a lot of our family and friends already know that we have been preparing to do this. And there was also discussion about whether or not we should make a video about selling our farm equipment. We've had several tractors, all the implements you would need to start making hay, whether it be square or round. And I don't know, those were hard videos to even consider making. And it's kind of a hard video now to even kind of give an update that we're making this decision. We have kept one tractor, and it's the John Deere with the front bucket, which is a major tool we need on the farm. Helps us clean out the barn, helps us move hay, we get a spear, we can move our stuff around. We couldn't part with all the tractors. But let me also say that the time is right to sell depreciated equipment. And we will see whenever we get the results back from the auction. It is going to be next month, and the equipment that you've seen us run in our videos is all still working. And even some of the stuff that wasn't working, we went ahead and put that in there. And it's a life-changing shift on... It's going to be life-changing because we've been doing hay for the past decade. And when we started doing hay, we were dedicated. We fought hard to learn quick out there in the field. I didn't have any hay experience, and I did my best to learn. But as we have progressed and gotten older, we took that into consideration. How much longer are we going to be working towards harvesting our own hay? Well, we're going to try, and nothing's set in stone, we're going to try to just purchase hay. The last person that we purchased hay from, the hay was good quality at a good price, and all the work was done. And if we're not having to struggle on spending that time, that dedication towards harvesting hay and monitoring the weather and feeding it out, making sure nothing goes, trying to reduce how much hay is wasted during the process. That's the goal. You know, a big thing is that if we end up just being miserable purchasing hay and playing around with old hay equipment, we can always get back in the game. We can just start over and start buying equipment back. And maybe the equipment would be better quality than what we had. You know, upgrades. So there's a positive direction. You know, it's not like all the equipment's going to just disappear and dry up and get melted down for scrap. I believe we can always jump back into it. Who knows what the next chapters are going to hold for us. We have just a quick update. There's been a lot of changes other than just putting our equipment into an auction sale, which we will not know the results of for another 4 weeks. I mean, we're talking the end of the month, next month. But we have taken all of our pigs to the butcher, and all of our pigs are in our freezers, and we are set pretty good for pork, probably for the next I don't see how we're going to eat all that pork, but we shall see. Maybe I can make some numbers up and tell how many cubic feet of pork we've got. But I will tell you we have 4 freezers. 3 small freezer chests, and then the 1 stand-up freezer that has been in our videos. So that's new. New freezers. Pigs are gone. We've gotten out of the pigs. Also, going to report that my goat, my breeding buck, cashmere buck, Emmett, passed away. And he probably was not 2 years old. And he died, so he got buried in the garden just recently. So I'm still kind of upset about that. He went missing. We didn't know what happened to him. We thought maybe the coyotes, maybe he got out of the fence, wouldn't get back, which is unusual. But we found his remains recently, and I'm not sure what exactly happened, but it is what it is, and he's gone. Now, before he left us, he was mounting the does, and I'm hoping that we may have some baby goats. But he was also very young, and I'm not sure if he was mature enough to breed the does. But hopefully, if he has any luck like other goats I know, hopefully we've got some baby goats coming, and that will make up for his loss to the herd. Oh, we still have our 3 horses. We still have our milk cow, and we're milking twice a day. We're feeding out hay now. The rains have come in. It's gotten muddy. We did get a load of shale to help combat the mud challenge of 2021 is still raging. We got 2.5 more months to work towards fixing the mud issue here. Now, you know that relies solely on budget, like what can we afford to do, and then it also, is it dry enough to drive the big dump trucks full of shale. But what shale we have purchased this year, let's see. No, stop. Easy. What shale we've purchased this year has gone a long way, and maybe we can give a tour as to how well the mud has been, what level of mud management we've got already taken care of with what we got. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we were able to purchase 4 dump truck loads of shale, and we also purchased a load of gravel for the driveway. That sounds about right. In my next video, I'm going to be giving a garden update. Now, I'll go in more detail later, but if you got to see my last video when I was showing making the pickles, the garden lessons I learned from 2021 were pretty real and pretty hard. That's all it was. And I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm going to work towards learning from those lessons and improving next year. But I've been working in a garden ever since moved into my house in the city. We had a garden. Let me think. That was probably, we worked on a garden, my husband and I both, since 2008. And here it is, 2021, and I'm still struggling with gardening skills. And I put that up towards, I chalked that up to garden size. Like how much is manageable for one person? What kind of shortcuts can I take to make it easier to garden as one person. And the size of the workload. How can I reduce workload? And I've been watching a lot of videos, other YouTube videos on how people manage their gardens, and I'm trying to pick up hints and tricks. So if anyone out there has any hints or tricks, feel free to leave those in the comments. Just wanted to kind of let everybody stay in the loop as to what's happening here on the homestead at Country Rose Farm. Make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate everyone watching. Thanks.